Yo, I'm back with another guide for the Tri-Stringer in Splatoon 3, this time with the requested gear guide. If you want to learn more about this weapon and want to see more Tri-Stringer content from me that you won't find anywhere else, consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I'd appreciate it tons. Before I get to my first recommendation, I want to remind you, if you don't already know, that there are abilities in this game that you should always have at least one sub of in your gear set. These abilities are Quick Super Jump, Ink Resistance, and Sub Defense Up. Always aim to have these 3 abilities in your gear set, because even just one sub of them goes a long way. Now the first ability I want to look at is Respawn Punisher, which is a classic choice for many backline weapons. A good Tri-Stringer, like any typical backline role, usually doesn't die very much. The only drawback I'd say is that the Tri-Stringer doesn't provide that same amount of killing power that you normally see from like an E-leader, so you might see less value in the actual ability itself. That's just a nitpick though, so if you're able to keep yourself alive for a long time, I would recommend running this ability. I'd also like to give a mention to Thermalink. In Splatoon 2, it was always a niche ability that usually only fit for the blob, since you needed to be able to hit directs, be long ranged, and actually have a reason to use X-ray vision. It just so happens though that the Tri-Stringer fits perfectly into this niche. Still, the ability it provides is a gamble to give up for the consistent benefit of Respawn Punisher. I wouldn't stop you for going for Thermalink in your build. I still think it gets unique value with the Tri-Stringer, but I would just recommend the Respawn Punisher as a general go-to ability. I'm also going to recommend a ton of run speed up for this weapon. When you're playing the Tri-Stringer, you're going to be walking around a lot while firing shots. Run speed up increases your strafing speed while charging these shots, which is really useful if you're one-charge spamming or trying to dodge shots while charging up one of your own. It also helps with positioning yourself while aiming. Since you can't store your charge with this weapon in squid form, being able to move quickly while charging up a shot is very beneficial. While it isn't as necessary compared to if you were playing like a Splatling, if I were to stack up on one ability for this weapon, it would be this one. I'd also want to suggest using a bit of special charge up. I've already mentioned this in a previous video of mine, but the Toxic Mist and Killer Whale 5.1 combo is really strong for a weapon like the Tri-Stringer. Special Charge Up enables you to throw out these combos more often, giving what's normally a pretty passive weapon an option to aggress. While the special isn't necessarily spammable like Tendon Missiles or Tacticaler, always being able to have Whale ready on command is a good strength to have as a Tri-Stringer player. With all that said, here's an early build I'm working towards now for the Tri-Stringer. I personally chose to have 2 mains of Run Speed Up alongside Respawn Punisher, with 4 subs of Special Charge Up. I also decided to add 1 extra sub of Quick Super Jump just to increase this weapon's survivability. You can try out this build if you want, but since Splatoon 3 is very much still in its early stages, I think you should also consider experimenting with your own builds, either variations of this one or something completely different. Finally, if you guys have any questions about any abilities I left out or want to share your own personal opinions on the matter, let me know in the comments section. And also follow me on Twitter. I like to tweet about Splatoon there sometimes, and I'd love to discuss the game with you guys there. I'm planning for my next informational video to be about the strengths and weaknesses of the Tri-Stringer, and how I think it currently fares versus the other weapons in the game. If you're interested in seeing that, consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video to show support. That's it from me. Thanks for watching, and see ya.